On the 26th of February 2021, Cathie Wood's Ark added about 3.4 million shares of Palantir. This news became viral everywhere, and it is one of the most important topics of discussion among stock investors. Why, you ask? Well, that is what we are going to answer in this video. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will discuss Palantir and why Ark just doubled their investment in Palantir stocks. Before we jump into the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon to receive notifications when we are up with more informational videos. Without further ado, let us dive into our topic. A lot of you might be beginners to the stock market and may not have much knowledge about different companies that are performing well today. Well, don't worry. We have made the whole topic very easy to understand. We will look over today's video in 4 sections. What is Palantir? How is Palantir related to the electric vehicle market? Who or what is Ark? The big question, why did Ark double their investment in Palantir? Alright, let's begin, starting from 1. What is Palantir? Palantir Technologies is a public American programming organization that has practical experience in extensive information analytics. Settled in Denver, Colorado, Peter Thiel, Nathan Gettings, Joe Lonsdale, Stephen Cohen, and Alex Karp established it in 2003. Have you heard of the name Palantir ever before? If you are a Lord of the Rings fan, you would have. The organization's title is taken from the Lord of the Rings, where the enchanted Palantiri were the seen stones, portrayed as indestructible gem balls used for communication to see occasions in different parts of the world. Does it ring a bell? Let us know in the comments below if you think this name is innovative and suitable for a company like this. The organization is known for 3 activities: Palantir Gotham, Palantir Metropolis, and Palantir Foundry. Let us understand each one of them. Counterterrorism investigators use Palantir Gotham at workplaces in the United States intelligence community, or the USIC, and the United States Department of Defense. Counterterrorism experts may use Palantir Gotham to consider and study the practices of known terrorist gangs, research the exercises of suspected terrorist gatherings, and report their discoveries to intelligence offices, government authorities, law authorization organizations, and U.S. policymakers. Earlier, fraud examiners utilized Gotham at the Recovery Accountability and Transparency Board, a previous U.S. government office that worked from 2009 to 2015. Cyber investigators used Gotham as Information Warfare Monitor, a Canadian public-private endeavor that operated from 2003 to 2012. Corporate customers use Palantir Foundry. For example, Morgan Stanley, Merck CGAA, Airbus, and Fiat Chrysler Automobiles NV. Palantir Foundry coordinates vehicle information's entire life cycle into collective data. They use this data for examination where vehicle manufacturers can address basic inquiries concerning their armadas of vehicles and information regarding their plant activities to other associated vehicles. Palantir Metropolis, once known as Palantir Finance, is a program for information coordination, information management, and quantitative analytics. Metropolis is used by mutual funds, banks, and monetary administrations. The product associates with business, exclusive, and public informational collections and finds patterns, connections, and irregularities, including predictive investigation. Palantir Foundry customers incorporate Merck CGAA, Airbus, and Ferrari. There is a separate sector called the Palantir Apollo. Palantir Apollo is a constant delivery framework that oversees and deploys Palantir Gotham and Foundry. Apollo was worked out to utilize diverse public and private cloud platforms as a part of their foundation. Apollo organizes updates to configurations and software in the Foundry and Gotham using a mini assistance architecture. This item from Palantir is a path for them to give software as assistance, or SaaS, rather than work as a consulting organization. Palantir has been engaging with various business and consumer products. For instance, in 2014, they debuted Insights, which, as shown by the Wall Street Journal, removes client spending and demographic data from traders' credit card records. They made it in partnership with credit preparing organization First Data. Number 2. How is Palantir related to the electric vehicle market? Throughout its lifetime, a vehicle produces an enormous measure of information, from initial plan to creation and gathering, through advertising and deals, and being used on the road. The vehicle makes a tremendous amount of data. This information can give an essential understanding of quality, security, and execution. Preparing and incorporating this enormous amount of vehicle information requires some investment and exertion that could be utilized in other ways if not for this. What is the best solution to this problem? Automakers around the planet are utilizing Palantir Foundry to help them in this situation. The Foundry can help automakers to recognize critical and persistent issues on the mechanical production system, distinguish their primary drivers, and change plans and cycles likewise, accelerate problem recognition, and discover issues a very long time before guaranteed claims even come in by alerting associated vehicle sensor information from the field. Team up with providers to determine the problems with quality and part accessibility before they delay the assembling process. Improve customer security and administrative consistency by improving recall checking and organization precision and speed. With the immense application of Palantir Foundry in the automobile industry, it is closely associated with the electric vehicle market. 3. Who or what is Ark? Ark characterizes disruptive innovation as introducing a mechanically empowered new item or administration that can change an industry scene. In theory, disruptive innovation is the creation of new ideas that would eventually disrupt an existing market. These innovations include artificial intelligence, DNA sequencing, gene altering, advanced mechanics and robotics, electric vehicles, energy stockpiling, fintech, 3D printing, and blockchain innovation. It has put resources into digital forms of money. Cathie Wood established it in 2014. Its resources under administration remained at US $50 billion in February 2021. Ark publishes current analysis, exchanges, and portfolios, and opens its exploration surveys to general society. Ark employs scientific researchers as they can more evaluate the effect of disruptive innovations. This is just a summary of Ark Investment Management. It is much more than this, but this understanding is sufficient for our discussion. Now, let us move into the topic of today's video. 4. Why did Ark double their investment in Palantir? On Friday, during an unpredictable trading day, Ark Invest was bullish and bearish on certain tech names. Ark Invest dunked indeed into Palantir Technologies Inc. with the asset adding 3,365,400 shares to its portfolio. As shown by a report on Benzinga Pro, portions of Palantir rose almost 3% to $24.55 on Friday, following Ark's posting of the multiple purchases. Why did they make such an enormous investment? We have narrowed it down to 3 important points. 1. Government contracts. Palantir claims it will end up being the default working framework for information across the US government. Its Gotham stage, which serves government customers, helps the US military, FBI, CIA, and other government offices settle on information-driven choices. Palantir's income from government clients rose 73% year over year to $420.3 million in the initial 9 months of 2020. During the third quarter, it got another AI contract with the US Armed Forces. The Food and Drug Administration, which as of now uses a portion of Gotham's devices, granted Palantir another 3-year agreement to track the improvement of new medications. In January, the US Armed Force recruited Palantir to modernize its ground stations. This agreement, which will begin with a model and extend over 4 stages, could be worth up to $250 million. These agreements all show Gotham is tacky and will permit Palantir to reach great heights. This is one of the most critical reasons Ark increased its investment in Palantir. 2. High growth potential. Palantir helps venture clients measure information with its Foundry platform. The Wall Street bears guarantee Foundry faces a lot of rivalry in the enterprise analytics market. However, Palantir's income rose 30% year over year to $320.3 million in the initial 9 months of 2020. During the third quarter, Foundry marked another agreement with the National Institutes of Health and recharged the deal with a significant aviation client. Last December, it marked another 2-year Foundry contract with the UK Public Health Service to follow COVID-19 contaminations. These agreements show Foundry's tools can apply to a broad scope of enterprises, making it a desirable investment choice for Ark. 3. Great artificial intelligence play. The worldwide AI market could develop at a compounded yearly development pace of 42.2% between 2020 and 2027. This predicted pattern will light a fire under organizations like Palantir that process a lot of information into actionable strategies. Those tailwinds could assist Palantir with creating double-digit deals throughout the following decade and assist its stock with growing into premium value. What do you think of these reasons? Before you decide to invest in Palantir, just like Ark, make sure you research the above facts even more to support your decision. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family who might be interested in stock market investment. For more exciting content, stay tuned for our next video.